personality and behavior comes from. It's an argument that has two main components, nature and nurture. The nature theory, when personality and behavior comes from genetics. So this is basically scientists saying that your personality and behavior, it comes in your genes. Like, you have similar personalities to your parents and stuff. So, twin studies. One of the main supporting arguments for the nature and nurture theories is twin studies. They use separated identical twins raises their child to be really, really clean, and like they're completely messy, and their mom teaches them to be really, really clean. That's like an example of nurture. Like their parent raises them to think a certain way or do a certain thing. And
were there any examples where the twins were nothing alike?
Not really, but because yeah, I don't think that they were, because it wasn't shown in the study that either.
Yes, Ms. Harrington, were there certain traits that you found in your research to be more dependent upon genetics and other traits that you found to be more dependent upon nurture? So, for instance, the one pair both liked cinnamon, right? There was that connection in taste. Were there other traits that were based solely upon genetics that you found? Or was it more things like what they like to eat? Or were there personality similarities?
Well, their personalities were very similar too. Like, I don't have any like examples of it, but I read about some of them. And there are these two twin girls that they had similar events occurring in their lifetime, so that could be a factor too. But they were raised in two completely different environments, so. And their personalities are affected a lot by the twin pairs. So they all pretty much have similar personalities. Is that your question? Or?
Yeah, I was wondering what if the personalities are the same, in which case that would be based upon genetics rather than nurture. The rest of the mom and dad are very similar. Just curious.
Thank you, Ms. Harrington. Could you discuss some of the limitations of the study you presented?
Some limitations, they didn't really describe the levels that they judged them on very much, so I guess that they could describe those more. So, and they could have used like equal amounts of twin pairs, so they could like compare one of the twins with clearly disease twins and use both of the twin pairs and like take two videos, like one of each twin, so they could look at both of the twin pairs because they only watched the video of one of the twins, and they used them in 15 different environments, and they would choose one and see if they look at their behaviors and how they reacted to it.
Did this study, well, does the theory of nature versus nurture only, does it only count for twins, or does it count for everybody for their personality?
Well, they just mainly use twins because they have the same DNA, but I think there have been studies on like individuals, but I didn't really research on that. I researched mainly on twins, so I'll get back to it.
When you say monozygotic and dizygotic, do you mean like one egg or two eggs?
Monozygotic twins are more born the same egg, and dizygotic twins are two separate. But monozygotic twins are identical twins. So.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Harrington.